So they asked me, TV came and asked me, so we think what the North Dakotans gonna think about your work? And I said, well, I'm sure I know who gonna enjoy really my work. The bird's gonna love to shit on my work, and dog's gonna come and piss on my work. And how about people? Well, I don't care about their opinion.
Welcome to Propellant Minnesota. I'm Matt Osterman, your host. Our guest today is Zoran Mojsilov, famed artist, sculptor, and raconteur. Zoran has led a fascinating life, and we cover his formative years in Serbia, moving to Paris and working with Picasso's daughter, falling in love with an American girl and moving to Minnesota, and how he's able to carve out such an impressive body of work with demanding materials and subjects. We talk a lot about his distinctive sculptural language and how his influences find their way into impressively large pieces of stone, wood, and steel. He's often funny, sometimes a little rough around the edges, but always honest and real. This conversation will very much appeal to both artists and those without an artistic bone in their body. He has permanent displays located all over the world, but we were lucky enough to get him in the studio for a really fun chat. You were an accomplished wrestler when you were younger, yeah?
Greco-Roman.
Uh-huh. So you went from manhandling people to manhandling materials. Were you drawn to these efforts because you were strong, or did you become strong because of these efforts?
Well, I was born, I suppose, strong, or whatever you call it. So I was starting making sculptures pretty early on as a kid, and I was definitely wild as a kid, stealing, breaking windows, all kind of regular Eastern European kids without the parents taking care of them. So bad in the school, so I escaped school and then end up wrestling. So the as a kid, because I was so wild, the coach saw right away, oh man, here is the real guy. You have to be brutal, you have to be with no feelings, you have to hurt other people, and that's the Greco-Roman style of wrestling. So everything was kind of natural or spontaneous, or
Yeah.
and so on the same time, like my first sculpture actually was other than making knives and swords and bow and arrow and guns out of wood carving, it was the two wrestlers. I saw my coach had a trophy, champion of Europe, made out of bronze, some trophy. So I said, fuck it, I'll make one for me. And I made it two wrestlers, and I wrote it Zoran, champion of the world. My ego was Europe was not enough for me. So then I showed to everybody, and everybody said, "Well, they have more of this? Let's go steal more." I said, "No, man, I didn't steal this. I made no, you're a liar. And that's how it started. Then boxers in my club saw this. I said, if those are boxers, I would pay you money, and school came later.
Yeah. Do you still have that sculpture?
Yes, I
Sophie?
do. I do. It's in the Belgrade. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. You once said practicing your art was like you're a prisoner serving a life sentence, but you're innocent.
Yeah, breaking rocks. I don't have just chain and ball.
Mm-hmm.
But the chain and ball, it's actually that therapy what I have to take every day. Uh, I I think once when I was in Paris, I met some people, and one of those important people in my life was Christine Ruiz Picasso, and
I recognize that last name.
yeah,
Yeah.
daughter-in-law of Picasso. She married a Paul, the first son of the legitimate son of the Olga and him. So, and her daughter-in-law has, she married her son. So they're trillionaires or something like this, And I said to Christine, why she doesn't want to show my stuff and get some money? She said, but Zoran, you're an artist. I said, yeah, I know. She said, but they don't show artists, Jeff Koons and, like this blue chip, the stocks and stuff like this. So that's my answer to your question. I'm just stupid artist, I just make this. If you give me money, good. If you don't give me money, good. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna do it day in and day out, no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like as a writer, it always feels like I have homework.
Sure.
Does your brain work that way too? Like you're always thinking about the next thing, or can you disconnect?
I try to disconnect, but good luck. You know what I'm saying? So, but with the writing, you sit and you write. But with me, chainsaw, jackhammer, all this. So by the time I want to relax, I'm dead beat,
Yeah.
So I watch stupid TV, and that kills any thoughts. So, so this is perfect,
Can you tell us a little about growing up in Yugoslavia, which is now Serbia?
Yeah.
And kind of like the life back then, because I know it was undergoing a lot of transitions probably during your youth.
Yeah, well, it's no, Yugoslavia stayed until 83 when I left. So the change was not that much change, but I can see how good we have coming to America, talking about freedom and this communist country, bad guys and this. Dude, we had more freedom than you ever gonna have here. We didn't have Jesus, we didn't have Buddha, we didn't have Allah, So, you know what I'm saying? Let me just tell you, in the 60s, 70s, the biggest nudist beaches was in Yugoslavia. Because Tito didn't care about religion.
And Tito was the president?
Tito was, the mini dictator.
Right.
Good dictator, kind of, Medium dictator, let's put that way.
Mild dictator.
Mild, that's it. Yeah. So we had freedom to go to the west, to the east. Our passport was the most expensive passport in that time. Because you can go to Russia, Eastern Bloc, under the curtain with this passport, and you can go to the west, same, So yeah, so it was great because like you grow up as a human, not don't steal, don't do this, or well, you don't steal anyway, or you steal, just we didn't have guilt, what is nice.
Right.
If you steal.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's if you can avoid guilt, yeah, you're probably
free.
Happier.
So in that way, you just have to be careful to not be caught by the cops. They'll beat you up. That's only guilt what you would have.
It reminds me of a quote from Warhol where he says, "Art is getting away with it." And it's probably an art to that stuff.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. And Andy was also the poor Slav. He was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He is from Czechoslovakia.
Uh-huh.
Slovak.
Uh-huh.
So you can see why his brain worked that way.
I guess. Yeah, totally. And then you left in what, 82 or 83?
83, yeah.
83. Was the environment just becoming a little too difficult?
No, not at all. Actually, I shouldn't say totally no, because you saw some of the sculptures that I have downstairs. I brought them. I was in 82, 81, 82. I went to Yugoslavian army, and it was kind of boring and stupid. So I faked it like I'm junkie, and drugs and this. Took some pills, get stoned, and they brought me to psychiatrist, and psychiatrist said, "So why you want to kill yourself?" I said, "No, I'm junkie, I drugs and this." He said, "No, here he said you took some pills." I said, "Yeah, to get high." No. They said, you try to kill yourself. I said, oh, shit, let's change the story, like if they catch you, you are avoiding army, then you go 5 years in prison, then you go back and you finish your army. So I said, you want the truth? He said, yeah. I said, I cannot live without of art. And I tried to not laugh, And he said, oh, nice to meet you, amateur painter.
Wow.
General, blah, blah, blah. Come to my place. I gonna give you the studio. You can make art. You have just to teach art as a therapy. That was his big thing, that was like 40, 50 years ago I'm talking about.
That's amazing.
And look at this now, so I went there 45 days teaching art to the crazy son of a bitches. I don't want to swear. So, and make bunch of drawings myself, and I made it a couple of guys in the straight jackets, hanging and this and that. So the Yugoslavia, they didn't want to show this, and they told me, you're never going to be able to show in any galleries or anything. And they said, before this, I was working for newspaper and doing the cartoons, and our magazine was called Student, so if they forbidden the number, that means you did something good. You did good caricature because it's forbidden number, The commies said, oh, we cannot print this, But then from the printing shop, they would tell us, okay, we just printed this, and they said it's forbidden. So we would go run away, get that number, and sell on the street. Forbidden number, and everybody would buy, So that was my reputation. Ultra left.
Right.
It's so then I left. I went to Paris and to paint somebody's apartment for through 3 weeks or this. Now I'm talking to you after 40 years.
Crazy how that works, and that you fell in love in Paris and
met
someone and moved here. Is that
yeah, a little babe from Highland St. Paul, nice Jewish babe, Eileen Mojsilov. So we are still together, and I remember in Paris in 1984, 85, they said, oh, let's go to see some movie, you'll see where you're going, Minnesota, blah, blah, blah. The film was called Purple Rain in Paris.
That's funny.
That is funny.
That was your introduction to Minnesota. It was Purple Rain.
Then when I came here, I by coincidence, I ended up working for Prince, and actually he bought some tables. I made it for him and stuff like this,
That's hilarious.
It is hilarious, believe me.
Yeah. Did you know that the building we're in, Prince tried to buy?
No. That part I didn't know.
Yep. We had Prince's former manager in the studio here a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
And he was telling me a story about how he worked on buying this building for Prince for a year. And went back and forth with the city, and you've been here for 20 plus years probably, right?
Exactly. So, MCDA was the owner of these buildings,
Yeah, so things would have changed had the purple one.
Well, do you know the owner today who owns this building, Art Space? I brought them here, and I sold the building to them with no money, no nothing for me, but I arranged with MCDA and this because I was the first in this building alone. Nobody else. And everything was open. They said, where do you want your studio? I said, how about these two windows, Because before this, I was across the river at old Wolinski auto parts. So we scratched it a piece of become Wolinski Arts.
That's funny.
And they bought that, MCD bought that building, knocked it down, and brought me here.
That's all right. Okay, so they didn't put you out on the street. They said, we got another spot for you.
Yeah, no, they were really nice to me, and then even gave me this little park to trash it, With them.
Well, let's tell the audience where we're at. We're in the old Grain Belt buildings, the old Grain Belt Brewery in Northeast Minneapolis.
Yeah, the warehouse.
Yep, and you've got your indoor studio and an outdoor space where you often have heavy things hanging and...
Yeah,
pounding and knocking.
Scary stuff is
Uh-huh.
out there.
Uh-huh. Yep. And then there's a new park over there, which you...
Children's playground, Sheridan Children's Playground. Yeah, so, I was the first. They told me, the park said, you are the first ever who made a climbing rock for the kids out of rock.
Really?
Because they're all fiberglass.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mine was only 50,000 pounds. The real rock.
and kids in the year 3000 are still going to be playing on that rock.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
Was that a strategy when you got into heavy shit? Because I know a lot of artists are worried about their stuff is going to go away or get put in a closet at some point. We're like, my stuff's not going anywhere.
Well, it's your clothes. When I came here, America has space. If you come from the Europe, it's like getting out of closet into the kind of, and space is cheap and free, or, material, stone, wood, So I started building big pieces, and applying for public art. And they say, oh, no wood, I never worked with stone before. And so I said, okay, I'm never going to be rejected because of that. So I went to St. Cloud quarries and I got really cheap stone, like the trash ones, what they would throw away, crushed it. And that's how it started, It's not really I'm smart or this. It's more like all my life was some need for something, push you left, push you right, or this or that. And then I would solve this problem the best as I can, Yeah.
Now, that sounds really smart to me, that you kind of looked at, you're a business person ultimately, even though you don't claim to be. But you looked at the market and said, in order to get these public art installations, I can't use wood, the medium I'm currently in.
Yeah.
Let's move to stone.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Then decades later. Yeah.
Yeah, because the government wants you something forever and no maintenance. They like this.
Yeah.
And you said no maintenance with this artwork. It's a granite. They love this, They don't care how it looks, what means, and this and that, because they always ask, is this artwork going to make our children happy and smarter in our neighborhood? Green people like yellow people, black like white, this, all they're going to get. I said, yeah, this is a special stone. So,
well, yeah, it's probably like, rich guys like their name on buildings, and bureaucrats like to get public art displays that will last the test of time.
Sure.
There's some legacy to that, I guess.
Yeah, but that's why we have really awful public art.
True.
If you ask me, my taste, it's like, my taste is these days go 97%. I hate whatever I see in that, but 3% I keep for the special effect, get surprised here and there.
I heard the saying the other day, and this will be a good segue, that they don't make statues of committees.
Exactly.
Right? And a lot of public art is probably driven by committee approach. We're seeing that with the Minnesota state flag. Did you see the new design for that?
No, I'm really not into the...
Yeah.
But...
Designed by committee, essentially.
Yeah, but... you know what is a camel? Camel is a committee try to make horse. And everybody took something and they trimmed down into the camel.
Well, yeah, what do they say? Like, committee design is what they choose is something that nobody hates but nobody loves.
I had one case in the University of Wisconsin at Stevens Point. They gave me the list of how it should look public art, and it was in the intersection. So one sentence was, it should be invisible to the drivers so they don't make accidents.
Okay.
So it's like, it shouldn't be something what would catch your eye.
You deliver a box with nothing in it and say, there
Dude,
you
that
go.
would be, I was not that smart, so I brought them like 30 tons, something when every day somebody ran over the squirrel or something.
Funny. Speaking of pieces, is there any particular piece that you've done that holds a lot of value to you personally?
Well, yeah, the pieces, what I did in the Yugoslavia. I never sold some of them, so that they're traveling with me all the way. And the pieces from the after 2001, after we bombed my hometown with my family there, that was kind of pretty strong inspiration
Yeah.
to do some stuff, because here I am, American, and talking like 4 in the morning with my brother, and he said, "Hold on, Tomahawk, it's flying over. Let's just wait until he flies, and then we can keep talking." He said, "Man, I'm glad because you're helping the Minnesota economy because the Honeywell made it some of these parts for the for the. I mean, so I made it lots of work inspired by the anti-war, because I am here American, I like here, but I don't like what they're doing to my family. So war was personal to me, it wasn't politics,
Yeah.
And so I made a bunch of works. I never said to the people who bought my work that was
What it was. Yeah.
it was, but those pieces are personal to me. I don't have them, but I know which ones are.
Yeah. Yeah. Does inspiration come easy to you, or are you so disciplined now that it's not such a problem?
Oh, well, I made it recently, this piece outside that fountain, It's like, so this is a part of the new war, Ukrainians and Russians, they're both Slavs, they're both my people, So just that kind of tragedy of the history repeating. Because what is history? History are people.
Right.
We don't change.
Right.
We don't change. So history has to repeat. And I hate this when they said, "Oh, history is repeating like something bad." No, that's who we are. We are just bad.
We're just dumb animals.
That's it.
Day.
That's no logics, So I have on and off some works. Only I know what they mean. To me, very personal. But I don't want to tell to anybody else because the Americans, they don't want some depressive tombstone,
Yeah, yeah. Some rich person doesn't want
this is
depiction of war in their backyard.
Exactly.
Yeah. As an artist, do you feel like you have a responsibility in the local or broader art community, or do you not care about that sort of stuff?
This is how I'm gonna answer this question. I was in the North Dakota. I did some piece for them. So he was blessed by the Lakota tribe from the Sisseton, South Dakota, who is medicine man who follows me for 30 years. And we do some rituals and stuff like this, offering tobacco and this. There is some connection there, you know what I'm saying? And I said, okay, this public art is for you guys, And I made it a piece, and in general, my work, it's like marker, So marking something. So this, if you drive to Grand Forks, you drive through the streets and you see some weird, 200 tons rocks, like pile up. And then you turn right or left. That's how they would give you instruction. Oh, you're going to see something weird and turn left. I'm right there, And it turned out it's in front of the football arena for their university football team, So that's true.
Yeah.
And I try to make best piece what I want for me. Public, they never gonna like it or dislike it. I mean, it's like, so who cares? I mean, why I'm in this business by myself, 10 hours in the basement or somewhere by myself? I'm doing this for myself.
Audience of one.
Yeah, and you can like it or not. That really doesn't do anything to me.
People seem to like it.
Thank God I'm still making living out of this, So as you said, I'm businessman. Yes, I am businessman because these days you have to be, like a hustler. That's what they call me. I'm hustling. I'm doing this. I said, okay, so what? I'm doing this because you know what is art? Art is time and space. You need a time to be in the space. As an artist, oh, but pizza delivery, this, whatever you do, shit rocking and this takes away you're gonna have nice space with the money, but you don't gonna have time to be there to use it. So it's that's the tricky part. So better be big mouth like me and try to kind of whatever you call it, be a salesman or whatever, I'm promoting my work because I'm proud of it and I love it. And what's wrong with that? You're hustling. Good. You don't hustle, you go deliver pizza.
Well, and then if you're delivering pizza, you can't create more work.
That's what I'm saying. That's the time and space. So if I'm hustling or whatever I'm doing, I know my work it's honest. Everything else might be called whatever you want.
What advice would you give to a young artist looking to pursue a career?
Well, that's exactly I gave often the lectures, to universities and places when I have my work. And I told them okay, your diploma when you finish this school is going to be good for, as I said, pizza delivery, shit rocking or this pretty much. So when now you're here, at least waste your parents' money, party, drugs, sex, and usually they would never invite me again, to do the lectures. So, but this is the truth. They might not like it, but I'm sorry, man. This is so. Advice is watch it, what you wish. Look at what happened to me. The damn rocks. It came through my wish, so now it's too late.
Now it's your prison. But other people get to enjoy it. So
no, I am. What I'm trying to say, there are no more ever been in the world artists and these days. I'm talking artists from music to to visual art to writing, the everything, because before. Let's say Renaissance, you have to be talented to be artist. You cannot just say, Daddy, sign me up for the school, I want to be artist, and he would pay and then you're artist. No, it didn't work like this. I mean, even in the Eastern Europe when I grew up, they would call you dumb student. You're just dumb student, You want to be artist? Yeah, I want to be artist. What? After you finish school, you'll see if you are artist or not. So it's not like here, just, he is dumb for anything else. Put him in the art. And then you're expecting these people to be good educators or anything. You know what I'm saying? I am telling my side of my truth, you know, and people gonna disagree with me, but so what?
That's your experience, right?
Exactly. That's how I see it. That's why I don't want to. They ask me lots of times to teach for some, schools. And I said, no. What kind of school is this if I cannot tell to student, oh, dummy, you better go go be car repair or something. You're going to enjoy more your life than pretending you have diploma, you finish university. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't work here because the parents gonna say, "Oh no, you're gonna cry to daddy. Daddy ain't gonna go $5 million to the school and this." You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, and maybe living an interesting life.
It's interesting. You know how interesting it's being an artist, locked up for 8-10 hours by yourself. Nobody see that part. Everybody will see, oh, he's famous, he's babes and this and that. But I was 40 years ago at Mark de Suvero place in Long Island City, New York, the Socrates Sculpture Park. So I become friend with Mark, and we were sitting on his studio, and he said, "Look at, see Manhattan over there. they drink champagne. Wow, on this side we drink beer and we enjoying more. I said, can I go quick back for champagne? Oh no, no. Yeah, once you cross this river, you are done. So, so I said, okay, Mark, how I can become rich and famous? Tell me the truth. He said, okay, look around and say slowly, hard work, Zoran. I said, no, come on. Is that secret? Yes, that's secret. Don't tell anybody. So, and hard work, it's hard work. And as an artist, you're alone.
Mm-hmm.
And only who can critique your work, it's you.
Mm-hmm. And if you're lucky, you get a gallery show every couple of years at
Well,
best.
I wouldn't call luck. You have to be good.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, best case scenario. Even if you're good,
Yes.
even if you're good, you don't always get the shows. You don't get the acclaim.
Yeah. But I'm good and I'm getting everything, you know.
Uh-huh.
I am persistent. I don't have feelings, you know. So I have every grant existing in Minnesota. I get even Paula Krasner from New York and this.
Uh-huh.
Because I would, they would reject me. I would send 10 more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care if they reject me. I just want money. I don't care about if they like it or not like it, my work. But this money gonna afford me to be more in the studio and make more work. That's all what I want, you know.
Earlier in your career, did you take things personally, or has it never been an issue for you?
No, it's you have to take personally, especially if you're younger, you know. But then there are people around you, older ones, who recognize you're not that bad, that tell you, relax, man, you're good. Don't worry about this.
Keep going.
Keep going and don't self-analyze ever. What we like to do it.
Oh, back to the dumb animal thing again.
That's it.
Yeah, can't help it. Speaking of Minnesota, has living here influenced, your art?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
how
would
so?
never make any of this work if I was staying in Europe. I would make maybe 12, 20, 30 inches work. Not the feet, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and the looking from Eastern European experience, America, it's not that bad. They have some good stuff here too. Why I'm criticizing sometimes the Americans, it's because I want them to improve. I'm not criticizing because it's bad. I said, no, let's make even better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm bitching about.
If you didn't care, you wouldn't say anything.
Exactly. I would be ignorant bastards. What I am sometimes.
Yeah, we all are a little bit.
Exactly, yeah. But no, like the space, the people, I know I'm not totally accepted here as a weirdo, you know what I'm saying? But I was weirdo in my own country. So it's really, when I was living in France, Zoran, il est fou, it's, so why I care about see, the problem in Minnesotans is they love to be loved by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit if you don't like me. It's even better for me. Go away, leave me alone, you know what I'm saying? Why everybody has to love me? And they don't understand where I'm standing. Like, I don't need to be loved by everybody.
And that's
they
hard.
think that's a mistake.
That's hard to understand for people.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is that need? I don't have that need.
Mm-hmm. Some artists create characters for themselves to kind of wear, and I often see it as like a suit of armor to protect their inner person from that criticism. You're just out there naked running around. You don't care.
This is good question because I'm not naked.
Okay.
The king has new clothes.
Okay.
So, and I have my closet. It has 3 or 4 personality in this. So I'm going to Serbia. I speak Serbian. I eat Serbian food, with Serbian water, Serbian air I'm breathing. Then I'm consciously trying to be Serb. So I would make Serbian sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look around and look what Serbs are inspiring me. When I'm in France, I'm French, Bourgogne, Provence, wine, this, food. I try to make French work. And when I'm here in America, I do as American, looking around here, trying to be inspired by this continent, you know what I'm saying? So I heard some writer has similar things. So I think I learned this from, this is too smart for me to come out with this on my own. But consciously, I become to doing this more, you know what I'm saying? Even I was doing this already, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I would go back and look my work. Oh, this is a French piece. This is Serbian piece. This is, and they do look different.
Mm-hmm. That's fascinating.
Yes.
Because you can almost compartmentalize.
Yes.
This and in some ways, protect yourself too, or give yourself more room in that particular.
More freedom to kind of. Like sometimes you have to force yourself into the freedom because we are lazy fuckers, we are like
it's our natural state.
Yeah, it's like why, but actually the laziness would even be even more lazier if you just say, okay, now I'm Serb. Okay, that's now I'm too lazy. Really,
right.
like
I'm French today, so I'm gonna have the wine at 11 o'clock.
Yes. When I come here, I have to work hard. Like because everybody else is doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But so this summer I was there and I had some card from the peasants I bought, and then I had some piece on the side, so I put that piece on the card. And then people were bugging me there too. Hey, what the fuck you making now? Making, because I do like to joke with the people, So, and the paint on the card was like painting away. So I said to my brother, "Hey, can you repaint this card? Yellow, green, red, blue. Like really kind of this decorative thing, And on that, I looked at every day, and the sculpture was made out of old tools from the farms, stone and wood. After 1 month, stone, steel, wood, I painted everything. So you have this card and artwork, all same kind of crazy colors. And this, I guarantee you, I would never make it here or in France, because that was the local thing what expired. Well, you see, this is my tattoo, This is from my grandma's carpet.
No kidding.
Yeah, so they would weave the symbols, the pagan symbols, pre-Christian, That's how they are Christians. They have and they have Jesus here, They have both. So whatever it works this time. So this is a protection from the bad girls.
How grandma would want it, probably.
Yeah, grandma was proud of me. So what I'm saying, like, that's the somehow when I go somewhere, I try to see something what the local real thing is there. Voodoo, boo, whatever it's the force the local people having inside of them, as of course culture. But this is hard to figure out this because 21st century doesn't want to do this. This is no money making things.
Right. Yeah, you've heard of memes before. Right? Like online memes, like they're little visual jokes that only insiders get.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. It's often just silly or stupid. But they're now looking at a thing called like mimetic culture, where these little like visual inside jokes or stories have been passed down from generation to generation.
Sure.
And it sounds like you're looking for a little bit of that when you go to places where there's this like vestigial thing that's been there for a long time that kind of moves between generations. And
well, this is a part of the rituals, the Americans, they don't have rituals. They don't have ritual sit down and relax and eat. I mean, or basic kind of things. Or this is a entree, this is a, then you eat. Okay, I understand freedom. It doesn't need to be that strict, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the strict part is joy. You have to enjoy. That's why these rules are there. And the rituals. The rituals are all part of the enjoying for the centuries. People are developing this. And here is all cut off
Mm-hmm.
because the rituals are expensive.
Yeah.
You have to be charged for that.
Or we're too busy to take the time to.
It's that's what I'm telling you. So it's expensive. You cannot afford to sit and you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's what is the price.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
and Europe is still holding a little bit on these rituals of the, like I'm number one and the capitalism is number two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm gonna be in trouble for this.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been canceled yet, and I think I think you're safe.
I am promoting the joy and pleasure to Americans. You know what I'm saying? As my friends and my fellows, and they see this and tell me, "God damn it, why I didn't met you before?" You know, because the pleasure is for you, and we are all so temporary here. You know, and if you look your life and you didn't have any pleasure, what the fuck you live? You wasted. You know, I mean, it's. I'm sorry, it's really like this. I mean, yeah, you were good this, you were good that, you were good everything, you were good, but you were not good for yourself.
Didn't have any fun along the way.
No.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and now it's too late.
It's never too late.
Well, I think if when you're dying and you say, oh yeah,
Right.
oh you can now. It's never too late to. And this is a post-COVID era. I love it. Americans are finally enjoying. They don't want to do shitty jobs. They don't want to do this. They don't want to go back to work.
People woke up. Yep.
They want to enjoy their lives because they realize, oh my God, we could die one day for real. In Europe, it's embedded because it's always so many wars. So you're gonna die. So get married, make kids, and die, you know. Go fight somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So let's get drunk, let's do this, no party. Nobody in Europe cares about retirement or money in the bank because who's going to use that money? I'm not going to enjoy this. Might as well spend it right now.
Right.
So constant pleasure.
Americans just got on that hamster wheel.
Exactly.
And COVID forced us off of it.
Yeah, now you woke up and you said, oh man.
Right. Yeah.
I kind of like it this.
Yeah, I'm afraid that we're going to get right back on that hamster wheel, though.
Oh, yeah, that's guaranteed.
Yeah.
We're working hard.
Some people broke out of the matrix, though, and they're like...
Yeah, this some young ones, some generation woke up, you know. But, you know, in 10 years... the new dummies are coming, so we'll train them.
Yeah. You know, history repeats itself, like you said. All right. Anybody or a store or an artist or whomever locally that you feel like you want to give a little love to or a shout out that maybe isn't getting enough attention or, you know, you feel like just needs some more love?
No. Just love yourself.
All right.
And as I said, I'll share this secret, but don't tell to anybody. Hard work. Just hard work.
All right. Lips are sealed. Any projects coming up that you're excited about or any shows?
Yeah, I have this Museum of Russian Art, you know. I don't know. I know it's not that popular these days, but February 3rd, 7 to 9, it's big opening. I'm gonna have some Serbs and the band and music, you know, and maybe spin some goat on the stick and get drunk and try to trash it to break something, you know, make into the some. Is it who is married? No, it's somebody died. Oh, he's died. It's not birthday, you know. After everybody's drunk, they don't know what they celebrate anymore. It's gonna be my opening. I have to remind them.
It's a birth, it's a death, it's maybe everything. It doesn't matter.
It's really the celebration. There gonna be some rituals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll put it on the calendar.
Put on the calendar. We'll get some goat or some roadkill, whatever it find it, you know.
All right. Well, I was in at the goat. The roadkill will. I'll just
Nobody
watch.
gonna know how the goat
true.
died.
That's true. That's a good
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Well, if people want to find your work or find you online, what's the best place to look?
Well, just Google me, Zoran Mojsilov. I have website, I have Facebook, I have Instagram. My wife's called me the Facebook whore. People follow me on the Facebook because I don't write anything. I just show the picture, what I'm doing now. And they ask questions to each other, and the new members, old members say, "Oh, don't ask him any questions. He never answers. So we can help you."
That's
so
a good.
They talk among themselves. I'm ignorant bastard.
No, you're the Pope, and all the cardinals are doing the work for you. Yeah,
dude, it's visual art. What you ask me? Just use your eyes and look.
If you have to explain it, yeah, maybe it's not working.
I'm gonna write the book.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm a big fan.
For wanted me.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Cool.